It's actually such a beautiful thing to see the black race. I actually want to say the black race.
Of
Everybody
course.
around the world, like rallying on, calling out this freaking Micheal Langley.
Because how dare he, in all honesty, how dare he even sit there in front of his colonist and just talk nonsense about Ibrahim Traore?
In front of his colonists.
Yes.
The guy who was chairing the session.
Yes.
You call him the colonist.
Yeah.
Because the image that I saw also, this white dude is standing up there, sitting on the chair. The person who was chairing the Senate session when they were questioning Micheal Langley. So relaxed, huh? With his hand on his cheek, and he's just baiting this freaking Langley to say whatever he needs to say in order for that. That was that session. That was the beginning of the pushing, of the creation of the narrative to give them an excuse to want to go into Burkina Faso.
Yes.
That's how it starts. We're not sleeping no more. The black folks aren't sleeping no more. We were sleeping during Muhammad Gaddafi's days. We were not so interested into politics and all that kind of stuff, but we've made up our minds now to be awake and to follow these freaking imperialistic countries all the way, because these people, if you snooze, you lose your natural resources.
And it's true, man. Those natural resources are rich, man. And Burkina Faso is using it for the better of Burkina Bay people.
The narrative is these Burkina Faso leaders or juntas are out here using their gold for their own corruption.
Yes.
And
Wow.
they're working with the freaking Chinese and the Russians and all this thing. They're not using this gold for the benefit of the people of Burkina Faso, for the Burkina Bay people. That's what that freaking session at the house was about.
But yet you see everywhere that he's putting cement to build the new hospitals. He's going to the tomato factory and you see the cans being produced.
Yes. And at the same time, these people, these Americans, they know that they've been seeing the news. They've been seeing all the achievements, all the accomplishments, all the wonderful things that Captain Ibrahim Traore has been doing for Burkina Faso. They know for sure that he's doing it for the people. They know for sure. But they'll come out here at all costs to make sure that they push that narrative together with that other one, another house, NENGRO.
Yes.
Of which country? You know.
Ivory Coast.
You know, it's not a secret, huh? Ivory Coast, Abidjan. You know, the capital city is called Abidjan. Abidjan, West Africa. That freaking Ivory Coast. We don't have an issue with the people of Ivory Coast. We don't have any issue with the Ivorians. We love you people. You people are great. Just like we don't have any issue with the people of Benin. The people of Benin are also wonderful. It's the freaking leadership, the governing people in these particular countries that we have an issue with. These particular people that allow that their countries to be used as a freaking base. As a base for these freaking imperialistic countries. In this particular case, especially France, who's lost so much. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, who's lost so much. France is freaking crying behind the doors. France is not as happy as Macron, croissant, as I like to say. Walks around with his freaking suit like he was walking today in Rome.
My goodness. And he also was in Madagascar.
He went to Madagascar.
In Madagascar in the past week. And he also said some stupid things about how maybe they have to work on some sort of a resolution, and how Madagascar he's not saying fully apologizing for all the colonizing and the looting that France has done, but he's just saying they can work together to rectify the situation somehow.
There was that, this France, they also have their own an island.
Yes.
I forgot the name. The name is at the back of my head, but they also own that island where they were hit with certain things and they needed to help the people there. That's why I think he went to that Madagascar. They own certain islands that we don't even freaking know of, these imperialistic countries. But anyway, Captain Ibrahim Traore, it's so evident now, like I said before, And you guys here on YouTube didn't hear me say this because we were live on TikTok. Yeah, we're big over there. There's a spirit of African unity already that exists. This is the evidence of African unity that's currently existing.
Yes.
The fact that the Jamaicans, the Americans, the Nigerians, the South Africans, the people from Congo, from all over the place, everybody's out here saying, leave Captain Ibrahim alone.
What is your business? Why are you mentioning? It's like basically, why are you jealous?
It's not even jealousy. Why do you have foul, outrageous, evil intentions? It's very obvious now. The imperialistic countries cannot hide it. It's very obvious that we can all see the good that Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing. What the freaking hell is Micheal Langley talking about? What the hell is this fool talking about? When he comes out here and he says, he basically accused Burkina Faso of corruption.
But it's still like the audacity of Americans just to sit there and talk about African countries that has got nothing to do with you. They don't partake in anything towards you.
We are the United States of America.
Yeah.
We police the freaking world. We have the right to come into your African country and call the shots.
You just publicize your dumbfounded ideas just live on TV.
At any minute, at any moment, as the United States, we reserve the right to come into any freaking African country and ask you, what the hell are you doing with that cobalt? What the hell are you doing with that uranium, with that tungsten, with tin, with all of this thing? That's how they act. You don't have any cards. You understand? Forget about any freaking cards you think you have. Those natural resources you have in your freaking country over there, we get to run it. We ask questions. You have to be telling us all the time, what are you doing with your gold, Burkina Faso? That's why I like, what's the latest news we saw now? From South Africa, Julius Malema, another Pan-Africanist, he denounced it.
He denounced it. Say, why are you talking about Ibrahim Traore? He's doing the good for the Burkina Faso people.
I expect that from Julius Malema. If you guys don't know who Julius Malema is, you should know. If you're interested in Africanism, Pan-Africanism, if you're out here rallying and pushing on and supporting African leaders that are out here, true African leaders, not corrupt puppets. There's too many corrupt puppets. Julius Malema is a leader of a party, a progressive party called the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters in South Africa. It's Julius Malema, people that I like.
Yes.
Julius Malema, Captain Ibrahim Traore, and I like the young man, I think he's 29 years old now, Morara Kebaso, who's also out here risking his life to fight corruption in Kenya because there's a puppet over there also that loves to fly, that lies and flies.
Yes.
President William Ruto, a puppet of note. You guys know him because he was awarded. That's what happens with these freaking puppets. Imperialistic countries come out here and award them state visits. He was awarded a state visit last year sometime. Was it last year or the year before? Sometime then.
Last year, yeah.
President William Ruto. Is he a president? Is he a head of state? Or is he a freaking puppet of note? That one is another big puppet that the Kenyan people are not happy with. That's why I love the people of Kenya. Kenyan people will come out here and they will call their own freaking leaders out. Yes.
It's even, this is crazy how Julius Malema is also, he was in Kenya also recently and he was at a university speaking and he called out Ruto. He said, Ruto.
Julius Malema.
Yeah, I don't even, he was in Kenya, huh? I don't even know who Ruto is now these days because he's so different from when he was campaigning.
Yes.
He was saying, Kenya, we don't need, why does Africa need the dollar? But now, who is this guy?
All of these freaking puppets who say anything while they're campaigning just to get in freaking office. And once they're in office, all that freaking shit goes out the window.
Yeah.
They're out here to only make moves that suits them. My friend here asked, how do you say this name? Kwefa.
Kwefa.
Kwefa. Why don't South Africans vote for Malema? Because black South Africa is freaking distracted. I have an issue with black South Africans.
They are sleeping, Kwefa.
Kwefa, these black South Africans, these brothers of ours, these African brothers of ours that we also want a part of this African unity that we are fighting for are always freaking sleeping. They believe they've made it in life. With that little bit of freaking infrastructure that they have over there that was given to them during the apartheid regime, they believe they've made it in life. I'm sorry. If it's your first time here, welcome to a place where we don't beat around with the bush. We don't beat around the bush.
It's the same thing. We don't beat around with the bush.
Yeah, we don't beat around with the bush. We don't beat around the bush. We call a spade. We read an authentic with our crap, whether you like it or not. You're welcome to bounce. But if you're here, thank you so much for joining us. If it's your first time, welcome. We're here. We're on TikTok. We're on X. We are on... Okay, this is YouTube. This is YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Rumble. Not so much on Rumble so much, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. So South Africa doesn't vote for Malema because South Africa is freaking sleeping. The majority of black South Africans still don't understand that South Africa does not own the means of production over there. That's why they come out here and they think that Julius Malema, Kwefa, black South Africa thinks that Julius Malema will come out here and create policies that will open up the freaking borders for the entire African continent to descend or to migrate down there. They are clueless.
Completely.
Majority of them.
They are just happy with the status quo. As long as they can just go about their daily lives, they get their salary, they can go have a drink every weekend, they are happy.
They love to party. Huh?
Hey.
It's Saturday today.
My people,
bet you.
They are out.
Majority of those freaking streets right now, in Gauteng, in Joburg, in Cape Town, in Long Street, in all over the place in South Africa.
It's lit.
With black folks. I'm telling you the truth, no jokes. That's why, sorry, we're talking about Captain Ibrahim Traore, but there was a very important question here by Kwafe who asked, why doesn't South Africa vote for Malema? Because also, they're sleeping like we said, but what's most disturbing, and I'm glad that this particular news is actually starting to take some form of center stage in South Africa. Orania, these whites-only towns, Orania and Klimfontein. Orania was established in 1991. The same year that Nelson Mandela came out of prison, came out of Robben Island. Orania, whites-only town. Those particular Boers or Afrikaners, they're out here full force, huh? They're fighting for these lands. And Cape Independence, by the way. Sorry, we're in South Africa now. Cape Independence. A UK-born national by the name of Phil Craig, who lives in South Africa. Yes, he married a South African lady, he's got South African kids, but his mission, that Cape Independence, we're talking about white folks in South Africa who are out here to make sure that they annex the Western Cape, the Western Cape of South Africa. These freaking white nationals, UK-born national, headed by Phil Craig, they want to separate the Western Cape. They want to separate the Western Cape from the rest of the RSA.
Yes.
They want to divide it. They come with spirit of divisions. We don't stand for Orania. So part of the reasons why we're so freaking straightforward with black South Africa is because they're doing freaking nothing about these whites-only town apartheid regime that still exists in 2025.
Under their very own eyes, they see it. There's black South Africa, they have to understand that there's a place currently in year 2025 that they cannot go to because of their skin color.
The Mulungu or the Muzungu, the white folk in South Africa, is out here saying, you, Daki, you're not allowed here.
Yes, Daki.
Yes, you're not allowed here. And they keep wanting to hide behind that freaking term. There's a term here, it's a good term. We should all have the rights to self-determination. But the Afrikaners, these particular Boers, these people who live in these whites-only towns, they hide behind that term of self-determination. We have the right to self-determination, to preserve our culture, our Afrikaner culture. So therefore, we're going to establish different freaking whites-only towns here in South Africa where only us can live, us the white folks. And the black South Africans out here doing absolutely nothing. In fact, we have some stupid black South Africans who come out here and also say, leave them alone. Patrick Roos, they're not bothering us. We don't have a problem with that. You, Patrick Roos, you are Congolese. Why the hell are you talking about these issues? They don't concern you. You are not South Africans. We love them. Leave them. They can stay there if they want. Stupidity. As Pan-Africanists, we denounce that. That's why a lot of them are so freaking quiet right now with the issue that's happening in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. There are some South Africans who've come out here and said, leave him alone, but it's not a lot, huh?
No.
It's not a lot.
They have to rally behind what the MK party and the EFF are doing. They have to. And this is the year for that Orania to be abolished.
Yes. The EFF, headed by Julius Malema, and the MK party, the new progressive party in South Africa, is out here doing their utmost best to make sure that they abolish Orania. And they should. We stand behind that. They should. No place for freaking apartheid regimes out here. What did Sandra say?
Sandra Thomas, welcome.
From Barbados.
In Barbados. Ooh, that's nice.
Barbados. What's up, Sandra? What's going on?
A black woman, thank you for being my voice. Oh, much love, Sandra.
You're welcome.
We are here. We are spreading the love. We are spreading the unity.
Much love to you. Much love to you. The other African group of people that haven't also been vocal a lot about the freaking chaos or the danger that now currently exists in Burkina Faso with the West and Micheal Langley trying to put an attack to paint or to push a wrong narrative is the Rwandese. I haven't heard you Rwandese talk about this despicable act that's currently brewing there in West Africa. Come on, Rwandese. Rwandese also believe that Paul Kagame is the best president in Africa. He's all excellent. That conversation can go on for days. Because for the last couple of months, we've really been on that issue because that particular conflict in East Democratic Republic of Congo that the US also is very much involved here with, because our puppet leader, Felix Tshisekedi, the head of state of the DRC, proposed the minerals deal. The minerals deal to end the freaking conflict that's been there for 30 years.
Yes.
So many freaking puppets all over Africa. I don't have respect for any of these freaking puppets. That's why the days of being politically correct or showing these puppet respects, and a lot of these puppets demand respect just because they're older than us. They don't understand that we now live in a day and age. We are not rude. We are not out here to be completely rude, but we have to fight for our future.
Yes.
Because it is clear that these puppets are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. With Captain Ibrahim Traore, with this freaking Micheal Langley, no puppet in Africa has come out here to denounce that.
No.
It's still only us, the people, who are fighting for a right cause, who are fighting to denounce this shit. It's still only us, with the exception, of course, of Julius Malema.
There's no one saying we condemn the accusations of the US against Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Paul Biya, where are you? Paul Biya, what do you think about the fact that this Micheal Langley, this general commander of AFRICOM, is out here meddling in the affairs of Burkina Faso? What do you think, Paul Biya? Oh, I'm sorry, you're sleeping now, aren't you? Paul Biya, the grandpa, at 92 years old, as the leader of Cameroon. The Cameroonian people are not happy. If in 4 decades, almost 5 decades, Paul Biya hasn't accomplished much in that Cameroon. The Cameroonian people are still crying for change, but they are not allowed to really speak, huh?
No, they have no freedom of speech.
It's suppressed over there.
Completely.
The Cameroonians are out here saying, Patrick Roos, please, thank you very much for speaking for us. You remember all those little shorts and TikToks that went viral, and the Cameroonian people were in the comment section going, thank you so much for speaking for us. Because Paul Biya, oh my God, he needs to go. Yeah.
They are not allowed to say anything negative.
Yeah, and Paul Biya is just one more of those puppets that's out here. We don't expect anything from you, Paul Biya. We don't expect Paul Biya to come out here and denounce what the hell America is doing to Burkina Faso, or trying to do Let's take it to another puppet. There's too many freaking puppets here. I can't get lost. Another one is from Equatorial freaking Guinea.
Oh, please, that one. Please.
The Obiangs.
That one, those are just partying all over. Just leave them. They are in their own party world.
The Obiangs. That's the puppet. The vice president is the son of the president of Equatorial Guinea, who's been in power for 46 years.
Sure.
Excuse me. Here in Africa, I don't know where you guys are all joining us from. I'm saying here in Africa because of Sandra, who's in Barbados. Barbados, Sandra. We have heads of states. Heads of states? Should we still use the term heads of states for some of these freaking puppets who've been in power for 40-something years? That is Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is still the same country there in West Africa that had the craziest scandal out here where they had some Balthazar, some individual who came out here.
And just did his thing.
We don't want to go into that. We don't want to go into that freaking mess. That was a mess. Equatorial Guinea, no respect there. That's a party town. So we don't expect them to come out here and denounce the crap that's happening right now. The attempts. So many freaking coup attempts that Captain Ibrahim Traore has faced. Imagine, Captain Ibrahim Traore is actually out here doing everything in his utmost power to make sure that he builds a way of life for the people of Burkina Faso so that they can have so that they can have dignity. He's out here fighting for dignity, and in the freaking meantime, there's 20 coups. 20 coups. This guy has experienced over 20 coups since he took power in 2022.
And it's all coming from that Ivory Coast.
That freaking Benin also. Yes, Abidjan. That president, Alassane Ouattara, he's the president of of Ivory Coast. That one, like I said before, that particular puppet of Ivory Coast looks like he suggests to France, to imperialistic nations, how to go about destabilizing Burkina Faso. That one is worse than a puppet. That's very dangerous. That's a dangerous individual right there. He's worse than a puppet. At least some of these puppets, they just take instructions from the West. Do this, do that. We're coming over there. We're going to use this town as a base. We're going to establish ourselves here. We're going to penetrate through here and enter the Sahel. And some puppets just agree. Okay, sir. This particular puppet, with all enthusiasm that he stands with, when he welcomes this U.S. envoy when they come to Abidjan,
yes,
is so freaking apparent that this particular freaking puppet, he hates the fact that Captain Ibrahim Traore exists. Don't get it twisted. Some of these puppets out here actually wish that these coup attempts, can we use the word assassination here on YouTube, can take out. They actually wish that these coups would works. That these attempts work. Some of these freaking old puppets that have been in power for decades.
Because they don't want to, they in their mind, they don't want to hear they don't want to hear people praising Captain Ibrahim Traore at all.
Most of these freaking puppets in Africa are so freaking embarrassed that the youngest president in Africa, second youngest in the world, I don't know who's the youngest in the world, but I know that he's the second youngest in the world. But anyway, most of these African puppets feel ashamed and they are embarrassed that the entire black race is out here supporting Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
In 4 decades, let's take it all the way back down to the eastern part of Africa, Museveni in Uganda. 40 years in power, Museveni, what have you done? 40 years in power, what have you done? Do you think that Museveni is so proud and happy of Ibrahim Traore, who's only been there for 2 years, going on 3, and has accomplished so much and has the love of the entire black race, man?
No
Do you think that these particular puppets that have been sitting on these thrones for decades, eating money out of corruption to the core, are happy about this young man? This, some people call him the Messiah, the Messiah of Africa. Some people call Ibrahim Traore the Messiah of Africa. That's how much they love this guy. That's how much
Yes.
I love this guy. You know, we Pan-African, excuse me, you have to understand the enthusiasm and the positive vibe. You see, the way that I'm so happy and in a good mood, because I know that my mission, my passion, what I love the most is the spirit of Pan-Africanism could continue to push this message for African unity.
Yes.
For African unity, what is wrong with that? You understand what I'm saying? So we love him very much. And when we see these freaking Micheal Langley out here trying to create a false narrative, we will not act like black South Africa who likes to turn the other way and allow what's only towns to exist. No. We Pan-Africanists who are out here to make sure that we unite, that we continue to push on with the spirit of Pan-Africanism, we're going to make sure that we are freaking vocal.
Of course.
We have to remain vocal.
Yes.
The time is now, Africa.
Yes, Kingsley, the time is now.
Could this perhaps be the Kingsley that we know from TikTok? Who knows? Guys, follow us on X. If you click the links in the bio, wherever, I don't know whether it will be, I'll put it in this video, but just note, same username as you see here, Patrick Rules, Rule Like Patrick. Follow us on X. On X, it's robust over there because most of those freaking puppets are on X. And so what I'm saying, I love it when I wake up in the morning and the first thing I gotta do is tweet to any one of these freaking puppets, especially the ones that have been in power for decades. They need to hear the truth every day. We cannot be sleeping on these puppets because you know why? Puppets get an epiphany very quickly.
Their mind is so fluid that, you know, they will do anything.
A corrupt epiphany. A corrupt epiphany. Before you know it, this puppet is signing your natural resources away.
It can be gone in a split second.
Yes. Can you read the next one by C. Nathaniel?
Yes, we shouldn't just be talking. We need to show these people that we are ready.
Yes, we are. We are. That's why we are out here unapologetically. You understand what I'm saying, my brother?
We are united by talking all across social media.
Nathaniel, please, I love you very much, and thank you so much for coming in. You know what? Through action, right? I believe they are organizing a certain protest out here. It's a global protest. It's a global protest where everybody will go out there and march and let it be known and show the whole freaking world that we are awake now. We are awake now. Just like somebody said, Africa, the time is now. We are awake now. We will not be sleeping on this now.
Yes.
They did it to Muammar Gaddafi, my people. They did it to Thomas Sankara. They did it to Patrice Lumumba. We cannot be sleeping now. That's why, with a little bit of means that you might have, be freaking vocal. Be vocal. Don't beat around the bush. Don't come out here and sound politically correct when we're talking about our way of life. When we're talking about future generations of our kids. Enough with this freaking crap where these freaking imperialistic countries can come out here and want to take out the head. The head. They say to themselves, look at that Captain Ibrahim Traore. The whole freaking black race. Not just Africans, not just the people of Burkina Faso, are rallying up behind him. He's a dangerous beast. He's a dangerous beast. We need to go for, they want to exercise exactly that which that we do also. And you do. Whenever you have an issue, you grab the bull by the freaking horn. That's exactly what these freaking imperialistic countries are out here trying to do. They don't care about these other puppets that are out here dancing to their tunes. The Walasan Wataras of the world. All of these are our puppets. These are good puppets. You understand what I'm saying?
They listen to whatever we tell them to do.
Yes. Those are small fish. We don't have any issue with that. That puppet would fly here. We'll give him a freaking state visit. He'll come out here. Puppet Ruto, Zakayo, like they call him in Nairobi. And he'll send a few of his own police people, his own Kenyans to go and fight in Haiti. Come here, William Ruto. You're going to Haiti. You need to send 4,000 of your Kenyans over there. Nah, America is not going there. We reserve our troops for bigger wars, for wars at least that doesn't have that freaking skin. You have to read between the lines. There's too many lines. You have to read between the lines, huh?
That's just another way that they have just used the black race as a protection against them.
as we keep talking about Ibrahim Traore, he's the main topic here. It's Ibrahim Traore. We stand with Ibrahim Traore.
Always, always.
Those coups that happened in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, those are real, genuine coups because they were followed up with actions.
Yes.
Kicking out the freaking colonizer, kicking out France. Pick up your little freaking troops and bounce. You understand? That's a coup right there. We're changing the whole freaking system. We're out here creating systems and institutions from scratch. From scratch. The way we want to. Not breadcrumbs that you colonizers or post-colonizers are used to giving us. We don't want your freaking aid. Isn't it funny how these imperialistic countries will just come out here and threaten aid? It's happening in this administration right now with the US also. Like Trump came out here. I'm cutting off all aid first. Puppets, listen, think about that for a second. All corrupt puppets were complaining.
They were scrambling.
Only the corrupt puppets, because they know how corrupt they are. They start complaining. That's why I liked I think it's the former president of Kenya who came out here to say, what are you complaining about? You cannot...
Yes, what are you complaining about? This is the way that we want it.
You cannot be out here angry when America says we'll stop giving you aid. And some puppets got angry. Some puppets were denouncing that. Some puppets were saying there will be a retaliation of what, puppet? They were giving you aid. Calm the freaking hell down. Get in charge of natural resources. Do the freaking needful. Learn what it's like to be self-reliant. And then you won't need this freaking aid. The audacity and the embarrassment and the shameful act that these puppets bestow or they say or they do here is unbelievable.
It's now time for them to work.
Yeah, look here, we'll throw you in the freaking deep end. No, it's a blessing in disguise when they cut off all aid, by the way, actually, for these puppets.
Yes.
Do you people agree? Every single time any imperialistic countries comes out here and tells any African country we're cutting out off aid, I'll be the first to say, yes, keep your freaking aid, man.
You must shout for joy. Thank you so much.
These puppets need to learn. They haven't been working. They've been relying on that aid. And that aid comes in the millions. Huh? It's breadcrumbs still when you compare it to the billions that these imperialistic countries take out of these African countries.
Yes.
You know, with France, it was over $500 billion annually. Colonial pacts that some of these freaking colonies still have to pay to France. You know, per year. And if you don't pay this, it's this same Mali that when they were getting ready to usher in independence, they were saying, hey, you have to sign these colonial pacts. Mali tried to argue that first. Back in the days, I forgot the year. And when Mali did that, these freaking France or the French people, they poured concrete, cement into their sewage pipes. They taught them a lesson. And then all the remaining freaking colonies came out here signing immediately. Colonial freaking pacts. This is the reason why France is out here never giving up on Burkina Faso.
Yes.
They're saying to themselves, this France, this croissant, they're saying to themselves, we cannot let all these other colonies see hope or see a path to whatever they want to do, some form of true independence. That's why we need to be hard on Burkina Faso.
We cannot let the people see a light, that there's a way to get the colonizers out of the country.
Yes.
No. There is no other way.
And so, this is why we know for sure that most of these freaking coup attempts that's happening in Burkina Faso is orchestrated from outside through Benin and through Ivory Coast. Those particular puppets over there have decided to use their nations, their country, as a base for that freaking country to have the path to penetrate and enter the Sahel, to continue to destabilize Burkina Faso. Captain Ibrahim Traore said it himself, not today. He said it, I think the first time he actually came out with it was around a year and a half ago. That's why it's 20 coups now. These freaking people have been doing this for a long time, especially in that Ivory Coast. They've built a runway that's about 3,000 meters.
Jeez.
In Captain Ibrahim's exact words, French agents land on that strip and train. Look, I didn't say it, huh? Okay? It's out of the mouth of Captain Ibrahim. They land and they train freaking terrorists. You know what I'm saying? To conduct these freaking things. To conduct these freaking aggression. These acts.
Yes.
These barbaric acts to try to take him out. They are waiting for a day where if they were to succeed, they'll be rest assured that no other puppet will come out here and try these freaking coups unless we, France ourselves, conduct or orchestrate a coup like we did in Gabon.
Orchestrate that fake things.
Everybody here knows, every true Pan-Africanist, every true individual here that follows these stories, they know for sure that that particular freaking coup that happened in Gabon with the Bongo family, that dynasty that's been there for freaking decades, was an orchestrated coup.
That was just a Hollywood show.
This is why, I don't know if you people watch this today, at Pope Francis' funeral, the now newly elected president of Gabon, who took power since the orchestrated coup.
Yes.
He was the leader, he was the president, but he was the transitional leader, head of state, until these so-called democratic elections that took place about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Today, that leader, I forgot his name, I'm not interested in these puppets' names. The newly elected head of state of Gabon was also attending Pope Francis' funeral. And guess where he was sitting? Right next to Macron. Front row. When I saw that, I was like, what the freaking hell is he doing there? This guy just got elected. How come it's not Museveni there? Because it's Macron. It's Macron there.
Yes.
Front row. Brigitte Macron right there, and that new leader now of Gabon right next to her. I was like, what the hell? How did he make it there? I would have expected somebody else maybe.
To
You
sit
understand?
right there.
How did this guy make it there? Out of all the freaking leaders of those colonies there, how did this guy make it there? That's when I knew I had a confirmation. My mind just thinks that way. My mind, I just picked it straight with bang. Ooh, of course he's sitting there. That was a good puppet.
It was just so obvious.
Yes, that puppet took instructions very well. You understand? During that time when they needed to make the switch. He's still a bongo too. It's not a faraway switch. Keep it in the family, but make it... What the hell was Bongo doing with a freaking cell phone in the first place? After they took him out of power and they put him in his studies, he still had a cell phone. Somebody else was recording that.
You could still say hi to the people.
Let me say hi to Kenneth here. Hello, Kenneth. Oh, can you read that next one, please, by Wendell?
Wendell. Traore intimidates the puppets because he follows up his talk with action. He is a true leader who is waking up Africa because some people are sleeping. He has wisdom, courage, and vision for African people.
Yes.
Nice, yes.
That first sentence is nice, huh? He intimidates the puppets. Yes, he intimidates the puppets. You know, those puppets are intimidated, and more than intimidation, those puppets are angry. Those puppets are holding their fingers like this, hoping that these freaking coups work. I am telling you the truth. Every single puppet, especially the one in Ivory Coast. That one is so angry. Paul Biya, let's just put it in perspective in terms of age. Captain Ibrahim Traore is 37. Paul Biya is 92. That's almost 55 freaking years. Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, is almost around 55 years old. 55 years. I'm only 44, my people. Older than me. Older than human who can grow like this. With this, I've got gray beards. I have great beards. This difference in age is still not 55. I'm still 12 years younger than what we're talking about in terms of age difference between Captain Ibrahim Traore and Paul Biya.
Yeah, but Paul Biya must go. Yo.
And Paul Biya has been the head of state of that Cameroon for 42 years. Captain Ibrahim, only 2 years. But it was the entire black race over here. Once Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, all standing behind this man, because you can see the change. He has a complete vision.
Sometimes God will just make it. God is showing it to us in such a very freaking obvious way. But people, do you see it? What more must me, God, show it to you people, for you people to get an epiphany, to wake up, This, it's there. If you cannot see it, if you can't see that there's something wrong here, that the Cameroonian people are still wanting change, they're still living in freaking poverty, but they have a leader that leader used to stay in France, you know that? that Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, he used to there was a time he was just staying in France. I'm the head of state of that African country in West Africa down there.
But it's running there. It's running. I have people there just doing the thing.
Let me continue to drink my red wine with the French people. Oh, moi je parle français, moi je suis français. Non, on va boire du vin. Tu sais ce que tu as du vin pour moi? S'il te plaît, donne-moi du vin, je vais boire du vin. With that ghost lady-like looking wife of his. She looks like a ghost. Huh?
That wife.
With funny, too extravagant wigs. Sorry, ladies, we don't have a problem with wigs. But, talking about wigs, I heard a very, very funny comment about wigs.
Yeah.
By Joshua. Joshua is a Pan-Africanist. I'm sure you guys know him. He's a Pan-Africanist. He's from Zimbabwe, but I believe he resides in South Africa or Zimbabwe, between the two. He's a cool guy. I like him, but he said something very interesting because he was conducting a certain show or whatever. He said on stage,
yeah,
any woman that wears a wig can lie.
Yeah, because they're not showing their true self. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't deliver it the same way he did, but it was so freaking funny. He said, if a woman can wear a wig, she can lie. You have to be careful who you date, huh? You have to be careful with them. Anyway, that's a side joke. That's a side little common thing that happened. And I thought, that's funny, huh? If she can wear a wig, she can lie. Thank God my wife doesn't wear wigs. I was just thinking. We don't need no freaking lies. Keep your wig. Sorry, okay? Don't misunderstand. What do you say? Last you to be talking about wigs? I don't know what you mean, Justin. The English is a little bit broken there. Can you fix it so I can get it? Yes.
Yeah.
So that was that. Okay. Away. What is away?
I don't know.
Like away.
Last away to be talking about wigs.
I don't know what that means, my brother. Where you from? Cannot prat vat or eat. Oh, my friend. I don't know what you're trying to say here.
Oi.
Anyway, let's quickly take a little trip down here to East Democratic Republic of the Congo. Felix Tshisekedi is the president of the DRC. You guys know that. Paul Kagame, Rwanda. That freaking conflict that's been there for 30 years. There is apparently a glimpse of hope here. Apparently, there could be peace.
There seems to be a light coming through in that little hole there.
I hope to God that this is a true light, not some freaking flashlight.
Where the batteries go flat.
Yeah, when the batteries go flat. We don't want that kind of crap here. I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this minerals deal that's currently happening between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the US. It's the US. It's the US. It's the USA.
They're doing their things.
The USA is the same people through the CIA where we lost Patrice Lumumba. Is Trump really different to all of these heads of states that have been in office in the White House? Or do they all play or dance and act according to a particular handbook? Is it always America first? Or is this guy really truly genuine when he's out here to say, I don't want any freaking wars, I don't want that, I don't want that?
I would think that it's always American first.
It's always...
Yes.
Well, it should be.
It's their own country. So, yeah, they would seek to fix themselves first.
It should always be my country first.
Yeah.
We come out here ruthless to do our best to win the freaking deal. But we expect you to think for yourself. Don't come out here and expect me to be fair with you. It's business.
Yeah.
We're talking about national security. We're talking about natural resources here. So you're supposed to think for yourself. That's why I really, truly hope that the puppets of the Democratic Republic of Congo, yes, my country, I call my people out too, huh? We're not biased here. We're Pan-Africanists. Remember, we are African first, and then we're Congolese. Born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but we consider ourselves African first. So corruption in the DRC is a way of life.
Yeesh.
It's in the fabric of some of these puppets, all of these puppets, veins. It's in the fabric of their veins. Corruption, freaking puppets, yes, and as freaking puppets, these freaking puppets are corrupt to the core in Congo. Will they really come out here and exercise dignity and integrity and handle this particular deal with the maturity that we need as the Congolese people to finally put a freaking end to this conflict that's been there for 3 decades? Did you know that in the last 30 years, over 15 million Congolese have lost their lives?
Oh, my goodness.
15 million Congolese have lost their lives in the last 30 years. I'm sure it's probably even more. Congo has never experienced peace.
Since its so-called independence.
What independence? That was not independence in 1961 when our first Prime Minister, Patrice Lumumba, finally worked so hard to usher in that independence in Congo, Zaire at the time.
Yeah.
That was not independence because they took him out a few days after that by the CIA. Yes, so that's not true independence. They did that purposely so that they can install a dictator that ended up being in power for 30 years. Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu Sese Seko, who was then also, you guys know the whole freaking story, but you're just hearing it from me again, just so that we really get to know each other very well. Yes, okay?
Yeah.
Who was toppled up by that freaking regime in Kigali, by that Paul Kagame, who we believe must fall. Hello, do we have any Rwandese in the building? Rwandese, they don't like me too much, huh? Yes, I'm Congolese, but I don't want any freaking war anyway. They don't like me because I call a spade a spade. It is true that the Rwandan regime has been backing and sponsoring and supporting M23, that freaking rebel group. Those aren't freedom fighters. That's a rebel group.
It's very clear that they're doing. Otherwise, why are you signing a peace deal?
Yes, why is Rwanda sitting there signing freaking peace deals? Rwanda comes out here all the time and deny that, no, we're not backing any rebel group, any freedom fighters, any M23, as you people call them. Those are Congolese, those are your issues. Rwanda's always out here trying to push the narrative and the argument that the Congolese people must discuss between themselves, trying to make sure or trying to say, M23, those are Congolese nationals.
Yeah.
And the Congolese government, Kinshasa with Felix Tshisekedi, they must meet with each other so that they can sort out their own freaking issue. You understand? That is the main issue here. Meantime, that freaking M23 is a surrogate for Kigali.
Yes, man.
They carry their baby, their agenda. You understand that M23, that rebel group? That's a surrogate. How do you say the term again?
Surrogate.
Surrogate. Yes.
Yes.
That's how you must think of M23, those rebel groups. It's a surrogate. They carry Kigali's baby. And they want that surrogate to give birth in Kinshasa. Like they tried with Laurent Kabila. They did it with Laurent Kabila.
Yeah.
Through other rebel groups also. They did it with Laurent Kabila, and they succeeded to topple that 3-decade dictator of a Mobutu Sese Seko. And then that particular Laurent Kabila was not dancing to the tunes of Kigali. That's why they took him out. Sorry, let's not beat around the bush here. Let's just say it the way that you know it to be. That's why they then took him out. And immediately they installed his son. This business in Africa where the father is out, the son is in.
The monarch.
It's crazy, huh? But it's democracy. We're a democratic nation. Same thing that will happen in Equatorial Guinea with the Obiangs, because the current leader who's been there for 45 years will leave, and his son who parties on Instagram. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know how that one is going to try and lead that country.
He's already leading it. That father just wants to continue to have the title.
Just to go to different inaugurations.
Yes, whenever he comes down into any freaking lobby, any freaking appearance, he loves the attention. Some of them, they know, especially that leader, most of these freaking leaders in Africa that's been in power for decades, they know that they time to hamba, to vacate this planet, to go away, to pass away, is around the corner. Huh? They are over 80. So they believe the entourage will go with them. They don't want... Just imagine that leader of Equatorial Guinea. He's been president for 45 years.
Yeah.
That's all he knows. He doesn't remember the life of a civilian. He wants to continue to be called Mr. President. We need your signature here. Africa. You know, if we don't do something about this, soon my message will change. It will be, we are to be blamed.
Because we allowed it. We weren't talking loud enough. We weren't spreading the noise.
Are we perhaps also puppets? Because why do we keep allowing these freaking puppets to continue to play with our future and with the future of our kids? The only hope is revolutionary acts, revolutionary types of actions, Captain Ibrahim Traore types of leadership, revolutionary types of actions like the people of Burkina Faso. None of these freaking acts where these puppets come out here and campaign and give you empty promises that they'll fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. Since the beginning of freaking time, most of all these African countries still don't have healthcare, they don't have infrastructure, they don't have freaking education. Most of these freaking places are still out here poor to the core. We are rich, don't get it twisted. We're sitting on gold. That's the craziest part of this.
Yeah.
We're sitting on gold with our natural resource. And today, these imperialistic countries have the freaking audacity to come out here and use somebody with a skin like ours to say crap that are not true. But they say it to us anyway. Even when you accomplish all that you can, like Ibrahim Traore has.
Yes.
Since he took freaking office, achievement after achievement after achievement, it's still not enough. These puppets will still believe they can get away with conducting or creating any freaking narrative that will give them an excuse to create some sort of freaking military operation into that particular country so that they can continue to be in charge of the natural resources of the motherland, Al-Kabulan, of Africa. And if we don't, hey, Lou, if we don't stand up here and really say enough is enough and we mean it, we just perhaps also have the same genes. Maybe as these puppets. As these puppets. We of the same breed. If we don't do it. That's just facts there. If we don't, then we're just like them. because we can't keep blaming them. Blaming them, they know we blame them. They're not stupid. Blaming them doesn't work, huh? Okay, please read the next one by Ernest.
If you really want to know what's going on, read Revelation in the Bible and the prophets. Prophets and Revelation sound like a music group, end times events, and the restoration of Israel.
Yes, Revelation. I have to read the book of Revelation again. I love the book of Proverbs.
Yes.
What did he say? Did he say prophets?
No, I think he meant Proverbs. Yeah.
Salut Raphaël, salut. Tu parles français, Raphaël? Comment ça va? J'espère que tout va bien. In the Bible and prophets.
He meant Proverbs.
I love the book of Proverbs. It gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you should bind around your neck. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these things.
Yes.
You must read that book. You must meditate upon that word day and night. We Christian too, my brother. You know, I believe we could also, one of these days, stand up on some pulpit and speak. Sorry, we are not perfect, but it's the spirit. Once the spirit comes in, once the spirit starts to take a life of its own,
yes,
we'll start talking in tongues here. But it's the truth. It's the truth what you say. Thank you so much, Ernest. Thank you so much. So we hope that this particular deal between the US and Congo will actually manifest the prophetic words of the Most High. Yes. Prophetic words of the Most High. In the book of Revelations, I'll visit. I have to be honest. I haven't read my Revelation in a long time. Even my Bible, I haven't read in some time. You know, I don't count these little scriptures that you read here and there as reading the Bible, because you're supposed to read the Bible in a way where you read it and you sit and you meditate. At least half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yes.
Then I'll say, I read my Bible today. Not these little scriptures that sometimes pop up here and there, and they send it to you because you subscribe to a particular app. Those particular apps can make you lazy, huh? And make you think as if you're doing the needful, but just set your heart. But yeah, I have to do it. I have to take that accountability and actually do it. You're right. Thank you very much. I'll actually take this as a sign is that I needed to do it. I will do it. Yes. You know, I felt the spirit now.
Yes.
I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. I have to do it. So yes. Anywho, we decided to just do this, and the live went the way that it did. But yes, Captain Ibrahim Traore has our support. We are united with Captain Ibrahim in these particular times. And you, my brothers and sisters, also have an obligation to do the same. I love the people on YouTube here, huh?
Yeah.
They're so mature. It's not like these people on TikTok.
So rough.
People on TikTok don't like to hear the truth.
Hey.
And the ones on X, they just be freaking fighting. X just be fighting left, right, and center. People on X don't give a crap about the truth. They just out here to act as experts. Everybody knows everything on X. You understand what I'm saying? They'll just be coming here, no, pam, pam, pam. And then it bounce. So, oh, my goodness, man. Jeez. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Some shit like that, you know? But anyway, all is well. Guys, please follow us on X. It's the same username. Rule like Patrick. I know it sounds a little bit, but don't worry, we humble at heart. Rule like Patrick on X, Rule like Patrick on TikTok, Rule like Patrick on Instagram, Rule like Patrick here on YouTube, Rule like Patrick on Rumble. Same username all over the place. Revelation is New Testament. Yes, for sure. I know, my guy. I know, my brother. Trust me, I know. Okay, guys, thank you very much. That was a cool live session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay real, stay strong. We are about to say good night now. Yes. We're about to say good night. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, everybody that was here. Thank you, Kwafe. Kwafe is still here.
Kwafe, yes.
Yes. Eunice. You didn't read my comment on AU and ECOWAS. Oh, Eunice, I'm so sorry. Aline, why didn't you read her comment?
I don't think it was here.
I was in the spirit.
It's not here. It must have been on one of the videos. It's not here.
In the videos? No, I think it was here. I think I saw her name earlier. But we'll do our best next time. We'll do our best next time. Teresa Jackson, get them. Yes, we gotta get them, Teresa. King the Great, God bless Africa always. Jamaica, yeah, Jamaica will be. They're always on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, Jamaica. They love Africa.
Much love to you, brother. Much love. Nathaniel, Kingsley, Kwafe, yes, everybody else here. Oh, her comment is not here. You're right, huh? Perhaps on one of the videos. All right, my people. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Like the video. Like the video. Everybody that's here, please do me a favor. Do me a favor. Kindly do me a favor and just, it will cost you nothing. You know, love is free. And we all know that with this particular algorithm, once you like it a lot, they'll push our stuff. And we want to be regular on YouTube again. We used to be a lot. And then did the whole X TikTok thing. But I'm back on YouTube. I'm back on YouTube. Yes, so please, everybody, there's 40 of you here, there's 32 likes. This doesn't make sense. If everybody just likes now, we would be very much appreciated.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you. And
peace, love, and unity.
Peace, love, and unity. Thank you much. Thank you very much. There's a like that came in. Thank you very much. All right. Later. Boom. Can you switch it off from that side? I'm sure you can. Thank you. Continue to like. As we say goodnight. Perhaps maybe I'll try from this side. Or maybe they don't want us to go. Continue to like. Appreciate you. Let me see. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys. Later.